Welcome back to the WCG for the evening session of the opening day's play of the first statewide traffic management test match. Brennan's 11 will resume at 4 for 79 after seemingly cruising towards the tea break. The brilliant last 20 minutes of the session has RABIH'S 11 back in the contest. Scott picking up where he left off before the lunch break, notching up yet another half century at the WCG. It was looking like he was well on his way to three figures once again, until Pat McGregor snared the big wicket of Scott, who went for 66. His wicket triggered a massive collapse though for Brennan's 11. Mark Passerfield unlucky to be given out 2 balls later, and RABIH'S 11 were on a roll. Daniel Hancock's brief cameo featured this bomb off Ryan Schaefer, but both he and Matt White were dismissed by Robert Leonard in the last over before the tea break. 2 reckless strokes swinging the pendulum back towards RABIH'S 11. Josh Bolling, the next batsman in for Brennan's 11 after the tea break. Bolling will be looking to stop the rot. So it'll be Nathan Hancock to bowl the first over of the final session. In now to bowling, it's played on the leg side to Johnson, who fields well and pings it back at the stumps. Yeah, that last 20 minutes in the afternoon session was a real shot in the arm for RABIH'S 11. They've got their tails up. Nathan Hancock bowls again to Josh Bolling, and it's a beautiful delivery that goes the other way. He's really using this swing ball well, Nathan Hancock. Bolling beaten all ends up. Nathan Hancock in again to Josh Bolling. It's a full toss. It's played down the ground, and that's some way to get off the mark from Bolling. That's a 6. Over pitch there from Hancock, and he pays the price. Hancock in again to Bolling. It's another swing delivery, and that swings well wide of Bolling outside the off stump, who leaves it alone. Hancock has looked dangerous with this swing ball when he gets the radar right. Comes into bowling for the last ball of the opening over of the final session. In now, and it's played down the ground towards Nathan Hancock, who doesn't field. That's a poor bit of fielding from the youngster, and that's an unfortunate way to end what's been a pretty decent over. But bowling races to 10. Michael Johnson to bowl the second over after tea. In now to Bolling, it's a full delivery. Oh, and he's missed it, and he's clean bowled. That's the end of Bolling's brief stay at the crease. Bolling dismissed for a handy 10. Brennan's 11 lose their 5th wicket with the score on 90. Gavin Merrifield is the new man to the crease. Played some crucial knocks in last season's test series for Brennan's 11, and I'll be hoping he can do the same again today. So it'll be Johnson into Gavin Merrifield. It's a short delivery down the leg side. Merrifield sways out of the way. Johnson into Merrifield again. It's a full delivery, and it's just played to Nathan Hancock on the leg side. They dismiss Merrifield cheaply. They're a chance of keeping this under 100. As Johnson bowls again to Merrifield, and it's down the leg side. Brennan's 11 have lost 5 for 19 either side of the tea break. It's been a brilliant fight back from RABIH'S 11. Johnson bowls again to Merrifield, and he's solid in defence. Just plays it to Ryan Schaefer on the offside. The last ball of Johnson's over. Bowls out to Merrifield. Oh, and he's hit him in the head. That ball has reared up off a length like a spinning cobra. And this has wrapped Merrifield right flush on the melon. Bodie Zartfa seems unfazed though. So it'll be Todd Lavin to bowl to Gavin Merrifield around the wicket. Brennan's 11 5 for 90. Full toss is played towards George Paneros, and that's an awful bit of fielding, and the middle basher lets him know about it. Gavin Merrifield off the mark fortuitously. To be fair, he might have copped a bad bounce. It'll be the skipper Rob Basher to steam in to Merrifield. In now to full delivery, and Gavin Merrifield gets a thick inside edge, and that's well fielded in the end by Rob Leonard, who seemed to be deceived by the bounce of the ball off the fence, but recovered well. Here is Basher, bowls to Merrifield again. It's a full delivery played on the leg side towards Robert Leonard, who has a flick back at the stumps. Leonard is switched on in that mid-wicket region, leading from the front. Brennan's 11 5 for 94. Merrifield is digging in again, just trying to stabilise the ship. Basher bowls again to Merrifield, who plays that into the fence, and again it's fielded by Robert Leonard. Just looking to force the issue, it looks like there, Robert Basher. He served up 2 full tosses. Merrifield hasn't been able to put them away. I think both sides realise the importance of this period of the match. Here's Basher bowls again to Merrifield. It's a short delivery and it's been hammered on the offside for 6. That's a brilliant cut shot from Merrifield. This time it's too short from Basher, and Merrifield puts it away. 100 up for Brennan's 11. Rob Basher bowls again to Merrifield, and it's a wild slash outside the off stump. Looking to recreate what he did the ball before. This one a touch fuller from Basher. It's a plain miss for Merrifield. Rob Basher to bowl the final ball of the over. In now to Merrifield, who's well in behind it. Plays that to Todd Lavin on the leg side. It's the end of the over. Brennan's 11 5 for 100. We've reached the magic 100 mark, but on this surface, which is probably the best surface we've ever seen at the WCG, you're looking to get towards that 125 to 130 mark. So this is a key period of the innings for both sides. With Pat McGregor to bowl the 26th over of the innings. Bowling around the wicket to Merrifield. It's a play and miss. There's a big appeal. There was no appeal from Pat McGregor, but the rest of the side were up in unison. It's a full delivery. Oh, and I think it's hit the bottom of the bat. Looks a bump ball. So a nervous moment there for Merrifield. McGregor will continue around the wicket to him now. It's played on the leg side towards Todd Lavin, who is down well and fields the big unit. Trammers will continue around the Bankstown area for a few weeks yet. As McGregor continues to Merrifield. It's played on the leg side towards Rob Leonard, who's been busy in that area the last couple of overs. Yet again, nothing has got past the big man. Brennan's 11 still 5 for 100. With McGregor into his 4th over of the innings. In now to Merrifield, who gets a thick edge. And that's the 6th wicket down for Brennan's 11. McGregor gets another one. And it's the big wicket of Merrifield. It's a good length delivery going across Merrifield, who can't help but play it. And they're 6 down. McGregor now has 3 for 5 in an inspired bowling performance. Hamid Basher makes his way to the crease with his side 6 for 100. They have now lost 6 for 29, Brennan's 11. Can Hamid get them up to that 120 mark? It's McGregor into Hamid Basher, who just about does enough to keep it out. He does a little dance in celebration. And Pat McGregor is on fire, and he was a whisker away there from a 4th. Ryan Schaefer to bowl the 27th over of the innings. In now to Hamid Basher. It's a full delivery which hits Hamid on the legs. It doesn't play a stroke, but it's heading way down the leg side. RABIH'S 11, who was staring down the barrel at 0 for 71, are on top at the moment. And Schaefer bowls again to Basher. It's a wide delivery left alone outside the off stump. Not long to go now in the day's play. Downside for RABIH'S 11 is they might have to face a few nervous overs tonight. Schaefer bowls again to Hamid Basher, who clears the left leg and plays a brilliant stroke over cover. Only knows one way to play Hamid Basher. Given that form, he should continue to do it. George Pineros now to bowl to Hamid Basher. In now, it's a good length delivery, and that's a quick delivery, which has Hamid Basher beaten all ends up. It's a good start to the over from Pineros. Hamid gives himself some room again and tries the back foot drive. Pineros into Basher again. It's a full delivery and it's played on the offside towards RABIH'S Basher, who fields well. Brennan's 11 6 for 106. As Pineros will bowl again to Basher. It's a full delivery played on the leg side, and this one's beaten Todd Lavin for 4. A couple of brilliant cameos for Brennan's 11 after the tea break. It's pushing their score ever higher. 6 for 110 as it's brother v brother. Rabi into Hamid now. It's a good length delivery which beats Hamid outside the off stump. That's a good start from Rob Basher. To be fair, has bowled without luck today. Thought he had his opposition captain's number, only for it to narrowly miss the auto wiki. As Basher bowls to Basher again. It's a full toss, and I think he's got an edge to that, Basher. He has, and he's got to go. much to his brother's delight. Yeah, question mark about the height here. It's a full toss. Oh, that's touch and go. The call goes with RABIH'S 11. Brennan's 11 is 7 down. So it's Alex Stepien, the last man to the crease for Brennan's 11. As we tick into the final minutes of day one, RABIH'S 11 might not have to bat here if they dismiss Stepien. Stepien will be hoping he's got a few runs in him yet. So it'll be Obasha into Stepien now, requiring one more wicket to bowl Brennan's 11 out. It's been a brilliant fight back. In now, it's a ball that shoots low, and that's beaten Alex Stepien outside the off stump, and it must have been terribly close to that off stump. Stepien survives. This will be the last over of the first day's play. It'll be Michael Johnson into Alex Stepien. Oh, and he's bowled him. He's gone right through Stepien, and that is the final action of the opening day. Brennan's 11 have been bowled out for 111. It's been a brilliant fight back from RABIH'S 11. So at no wicket for 71, Brennan's 11 were cruising. But the big wicket of Scott just before the tea break, triggering a massive collapse, losing all their 8 wickets for 40 runs. Scott top scoring with 66. Bowling, Merrifield and Obasha all making 10 each in what may prove to be valuable contributions. Pat McGregor was the pick of the bowlers for RABIH'S 11. 5 overs, 2 maidens, 3 for 6, including the big wicket of Scott, which started the rot. Leonard and Johnson took 2 wickets each, providing great support to McGregor. So Scott was the first man to go with a score on 71, getting a thick inside edge to a Pat McGregor delivery, which ended a brilliant start to his series. Mark Pastorfield was the next man to go, unluckily given out 2 balls later, with his bat seemingly hitting the ground before the ball passed his bat. RABIH'S 11 had their tails up. Then a couple of rash strokes before the tea break. First Daniel Hancock succumbing over the fence to Robert Leonard. Hit Schaefer for 6 the previous over, but went for 1 big hit too many. With the last ball before tea, Matt White became the 4th Brennan's 11 wicket to 4 in quick succession, as he tried to cut a rising delivery from Leonard. In the first of the trip 10s, bowling was clean bowled by Michael Johnson, having taken Nathan Hancock for 10 off the previous over. Just played too early in that one. His first knock of the summer had run its course. Gavin Merrifield became the 6th wicket of the innings, dug in and fought well for his side, but eventually succumbed to a great delivery from Pat McGregor, one of his 3 wickets for the innings. Middle Basher was the 7th man to go, dismissed by his brother in dubious circumstances. With question marks over the legality of the delivery, but the benefit of the doubt went to his brother. With Alex Stepien, the last man, dismissed for Brennan's 11 in the last over of the day, he went without troubling the scorers. RABIH'S 11 rounded off a perfect end to the day. So RABIH'S 11 will kick off tomorrow's proceedings with the bat after bowling their opposition out for 111, which on this wicket is under par. But will they be able to contend with the deadly duo of Scott and White, who will take the field tomorrow morning on the same team for the very first time? It's been a brilliant start to the Test series on what's been a fantastic opening day's play. We hope you can join us tomorrow. It's bye for now.